In fact, by 2026, the global e-commerce market is expected to surpass $8.1 trillion in annual sales. Welcome to the Self-Paid Club podcast. I'm your host, Samantha Peddle, a small-town wife and mom who started my first business at 17 and never looked back. For over a decade, I've been helping other ambitious souls build insane wealth in both life and business. We believe that success comes from growth as the whole person, mastering your time, money, and mindset for a balance between all three. Ditch the hustle culture and achieve your dream life by embracing your own vibe, doing it weird, and doing it your way. This is your destination for all things business strategy, mindset work, success, personal development, marketing, and everything in between. If your mission is to build an empire while having fun, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. If you've ever been curious on how to start your own clothing line, accessories shop, or home decor brand, you're listening to the perfect episode. Throughout this episode, I'm going to be using the term brand a lot. When I mention the word brand, I want you to think of an online company selling clothing, accessories like hats or bags, or home decor like throw pillows, blankets, and artwork. Okay? When you hear the term brand, think of those things. There's no better time to get into the e-commerce space than right now. Our world has been shifting to online shopping for the past few years now, as you've probably noticed, and that trend is only going to continue. Creating your very own brand might seem like a complicated undertaking and a little overwhelming, but it's actually not as hard as you might think to get up and running, especially in the digital world that we have today. Whether you choose to work directly with a manufacturer to create products from scratch, or if you partner with a fulfillment company that handles the orders on your behalf for a much more hands-off approach, I'm all about the hands-off approach, right? I'm breaking it down to help you come up with an initial plan to take the first steps with your new business this month, so you can get started and stop wasting time. With over a decade of experience in the online retail space and having built multiple brands of my own, I have a lot to share with you. And the best part of this is I created a guide for you to follow along as you're listening or to keep and refer back to later on. It has all of the information that we're covering today broken down into simple sections, so you're going to want a copy of this. I do highly recommend grabbing your free copy at samanthapeddle.com/startabrand. Without further ado, let's get to it. The first step is to figure out who you're targeting with this new brand. Before you do anything else, where you're getting your products, what you're putting on your products, you need to decide who you're targeting. Are they young skaters or middle-aged professionals? Right? That's very opposite. It matters. It matters who you're targeting. If you try to appeal to everybody, you will reach nobody. Let me say that again. If you try to appeal to everybody, you will reach nobody. What this means is you shouldn't be everyone's cup of tea. Your products should jump off the screen at the right people. The ones who are meant to wear your clothing or rep your accessories or decorate their home with your beautiful accent pieces, those people will find your brand irresistible. But the others? Other people might wonder who would ever buy your products. They might laugh and go, "That's stupid. Why would someone buy that?" That's okay. It's expected. If you're pushing some people away with your branding, it means you're absolutely magnetic to your ideal customer, which is what you want, especially with a clothing or accessories or decor brand. So let's talk about niching down. In the simplest terms, a niche is what you're selling and who you're selling to. You need to narrow down the type of products, the design theme, and the exact type of person you'll be targeting. So the type of products would be like if you're selling t-shirts or hoodies or jogging pants or leggings, or maybe you're selling throw pillows, blankets, aprons for cooking, right? So the type of products you need to narrow down. You need to figure out your design theme. So what type of theme are you going for? Are you targeting people who love hockey and all your designs have to do with hockey? And the exact type of person you'll be targeting, which comes down to the person's interests, age group, and wardrobe, if you're selling clothing, and their lifestyle. What do they like? Once you determine your niche, you can then take that and apply it to your branding. So your branding would include your business name, your slogan, your brand appearance, your fonts and colors that you use across your brand and website, the products that you'll sell, and so on. Your marketing and your messaging can all be on point to speak directly to your target audience if you know who your target audience is before you start. So that's why it's really important to plan this out first. And just a quick insider tip, when brainstorming new designs, think about how you want your products to make your ideal customer feel. Do your products and designs represent the type of person that your ideal customer is aspiring to be? For example, you don't want to design clothes for where they're at right now. You want to design clothes to help them up level in life, to help them make them feel like the new version of themselves. So your designs should help your customer level up in how they're presenting themselves. Once you figure out who you're targeting, you can then determine where you're going to get your products from. There are 3 different methods for sourcing your products. Each one of these has its own pros and cons that will likely determine the best course of action for you and your situation, because not all of these will work for you. One is likely going to be way better and way more appealing than the others. So let's cover these 3 methods for sourcing your products. Number 1, you can work directly with a manufacturer. A manufacturer or manufacturing plant or factory or warehouse, something like that. Okay, you can work directly with a manufacturer. In this case, you design every seam, every color, every detail that goes into the product from start to finish. Everything. Everything's under your control. This method requires a lot more industry knowledge regarding clothing and decor design, because you're going to be designing a t-shirt from scratch, for example, right? But you'll likely be paying less per unit. There is a crazy great deal of work involved in working with a manufacturer because you're the decision maker at every step of the process. It's your job to decide on the manufacturing, warehousing, shipping, and return details, and many other factors. There's both complete responsibility and complete freedom with this choice. Sourcing method number 2. You can source blank products in bulk. With this, you create the designs that are printed or sewn onto the products. So say you create the design that's going to be printed on a t-shirt, and then you purchase a large quantity of products in bulk and get them printed. In this case, you don't need as much product creation knowledge for designing clothes or decor from scratch because the products already exist. They're just blank and ready for your designs. So you'll still be able to create the final printed designs yourself. But you don't have to design every seam and every corner of each item. On the other hand, the unit costs with this are slightly higher because you're paying for a blank product that's already been created and produced by others and being stored in a warehouse. You'll need to figure out your own warehouse, shipping, and return arrangements as well. Nobody will handle that for you. You're just buying all the products in bulk and either shipping them to your own house, and then you're going to have to ship them to customers, or storing them in a warehouse somewhere and paying employees to do that for you. And method number 3 for sourcing your products would be to source blank products through print on demand. Print on demand is a specific business model where you create the designs that are printed or sewn on the products, just like sourcing blank, but you work with a company that will actually fulfill your orders one at a time as they come in. So this means your supplier will print your designs on blank products that are already pre-made, and they'll handle all of the shipping details themselves and send your products directly to your customers on your behalf. This business model is the most hands-off and doesn't require you to accept returns because each product is made to order. Someone places an order, your supplier prints it and sends it off to them. No returns required. The cost per unit is higher with this, since you're able to order single units at a time, but you're saving a ton of money on warehousing and other costs, which means it's very minimal investment to get up and running with print on demand. I love this business model. I have actually been doing print on demand for almost 10 years now myself as well. An insider tip for this section: to source products without having to store inventory, spend tons of money buying up front in bulk, or flooding your home with products and shipping supplies because nobody has space for that, then go with the print on demand business model. It'll provide true freedom for you to work from anywhere and avoid handling merchandise in person. You will love it, and if you don't, there's not much risk involved to start with it. So it's a win-win. Print on demand is exactly what I teach my clients inside my training program, Merch Makers. We go through every single step in the print on demand process, from setting up your store, picking a niche and determining your ideal customer, to designing products, to connecting with your supplier and fulfilling orders, and handling customer service. We leave no stone unturned, so if this is something you're looking for guidance in, Merch Makers is your place to be. You can learn more and join us at samanthapedal.com/merchmakers. Okay, great. We've gone over who you're selling to, where you'll be getting your products, and now you need to decide how you're going to get your products into your customers' hands. Connecting with customers can be done locally, nationally, or internationally. It can be done on any scale you choose. So if you wish to hit on one of the latter options, like national or international selling, then e-commerce is your answer, because the online space allows you to sell to customers around the world. You can sell to anybody. It minimizes all the location restrictions, so you don't have to open a local store, you can just open a website. But still, even with e-commerce, there's many ways to connect with customers, not just through your own website. There are 3 different ones I want to go over. Number 1, you can sell online through an existing marketplace. A marketplace would be somewhere like Etsy, eBay, Amazon, or similar sites like that. These typically already have millions of existing shoppers on the platform that are ready to buy. So online marketplaces allow you to get up and running at a minimal cost, take advantage of the eager customer base that they already have, and maintain your business with a smaller amount of work compared to, say, one of the upcoming options. Number 2, you can sell online through your own website. This is a little bit of an obvious one, right? You can open your own website and invite people to come buy from you. Your products would be listed on your own site through a platform like Shopify. You can open a website using Shopify, which is just a hosting platform that helps you design your website. You're responsible for bringing over all the traffic and gathering your own customers with this, but you do have free reign over the design and function of your store. The monthly cost is slightly higher with your own website because you're paying for a greater number of features and customization options compared to selling on an existing marketplace. And then number 3, you can sell in person through your website's POS system. So say you open a website using Shopify. By selling through your own site, like in the previous option, you're also able to introduce a POS sales channel in addition. So this is in addition to having a website. POS stands for point of sale, where you can connect, say, like a debit or credit card reader to your mobile device. So if you have, say, an iPhone or a smartphone or tablet, you can connect a debit or credit card reader to it and then collect payments in person. So say there's a farmer's market in your town or a pop-up shop, or you can get a booth at a festival like a Christmas market, for example, and you can have some of your inventory there with you in person. So you've ordered a bunch of products and you have them with you, and then you can collect customers' payments right on your mobile device in person. It's amazing. They can pay you, and it goes right through your website's POS system. So all your sales are logged through your website, but people can actually buy from you in person. This greatly broadens your horizons and allows you to sell locally rather than solely online. So if you're interested in that, this might be something to consider. Your insider tip for this section is to reach more shoppers and increase awareness of your brand at a faster pace. You can actually combine 2 or all 3 of these options simultaneously. For example, you might choose to offer your products on both Etsy and Shopify for a wider reach, and then introduce a POS system if you want to sell at your local farmer's market or fall fair or something of the sort. Next up, last section of this mini training on this podcast. Regardless of the platform on which you choose to sell your products, you'll need to come up with a solid marketing plan in order to scale your brand. Here, you want to focus on building your customer base and getting your brand in front of the most eyes possible. To do that, you need to choose a primary marketing method. This might be one social media platform that you'll gear the majority of your efforts towards, one platform. It's such as Instagram or TikTok. You pick one. Your content creation will revolve around that specific method or platform. Okay, so once you have a primary marketing method, then you might want to consider introducing 1 to 2 additional marketing methods to your plan. For example, what I mean is, say you pick Instagram as your primary marketing method, then you can use your regularly scheduled posts from Instagram and repurpose it to send out to your email list, post on your blog, or publish on a YouTube channel. Those would all be additional marketing methods. So say you have Instagram and an email list. Those would be your 2 main marketing methods that you choose. Scaling your brand this way requires calculated strategy, and you need to speak directly to your ideal customer to nail your messaging, just like we talked about earlier in this episode, and encourage repeat buyers through incentives. Incentives could be something like loyalty programs where they get points when they purchase from your store. You could offer coupon codes or affiliate rewards where they can refer their friends to buy from you, and then they get, say, a discount or credit towards your store or even commission. Marketing is a big topic, so we can't cover everything here, but that's the basics of how to get started. The key point to remember with marketing is that it takes time. You will not go viral overnight during your first week of marketing. It's very rare for that to happen. Consistency matters. So be sure to show up even on the days where it feels hard or you don't feel like it or you're not feeling well or you're not yet seeing the level of results you desire and you're discouraged. Keep showing up and being consistent. It will all come in time. You'll start to see slow progress, slowly, and then the floodgates will open to massive growth. It's not a steady increase. It will be slow at first until it's not. Yay, you made it this far. So now's the part where I answer your questions. I'm going to be answering your questions here. Members of my community have asked these questions, and I think the explanations I'll give will help you too. So let's go over some Q&A to finish off this episode. Honestly, once you've got this far, these questions are probably eating at the back of your mind. So I'm going to address the most important ones that you guys have asked so you can push forward with confidence. Can I make a living as a brand owner? What level of income can I expect? Yes, absolutely, you can make a living as a brand owner. There is so much opportunity in e-commerce right now. In fact, by 2026, the global e-commerce market is expected to surpass $8.1 trillion in annual sales. If you're listening in 2026 or later, then we've likely already hit that milestone. Isn't that just absolutely wildly mind-blowing? Now is the best time to get in and transform the way you make money and claim your piece of that pie. The amount of money you bring in will depend on your personal goals, the income level you aim to hit, and how much work or time you're able to actually put into the business. So for instance, you might be happy with keeping this as a side hustle for just a few $100s a month, or maybe you're aiming to reach 5 to 10K months, 50K months, replacing your full-time income and beyond. All of these options are possible. Your plan of action will just look slightly different, and you'll have to put in a bit more work and more strategy if you wish to hit those bigger months. Next question. What if I have no graphic design, product creation, or business experience? Is it difficult? I'm going to start by saying all business skills can be learned. All of them. Nobody's born knowing graphic design. Nobody's born knowing this. They're learned skills. That includes running the actual business side of things as well as designing products. So if you choose to source blank products and simply print your own designs on them, like let's say on a t-shirt, that will be an easier path. Using print on demand, right? Just sourcing blank products and just creating the designs rather than having to design the entire shirt from scratch. The tools with that are all drag and drop, making it fairly simple to learn even with zero graphic design experience. If that is still intimidating, it's also totally acceptable to specialize in products with only text or sayings or quotes. Only words. That way there's no visual graphics needed. You don't have to design anything visually like cartoons or graphics of any kind. You would just be playing around with the fonts and colors to keep it at a very basic level. And brands like these do extremely well. Question: how can I minimize the risk involved? The simplest answer is to use the print-on-demand business model. I know I keep saying it, but it's because it's the best and easiest one for beginners especially. It's a fabulous way to create passive income without the risk of losing tons of money on inventory or warehousing. There's way less risk involved. You just design a product, you list it for sale on an online marketplace or your own website, and you sell it an unlimited number of times. You design it once and you sell it over and over and over and over. Your supplier will fulfill all the orders as they come in one by one, and they ship the products to your customers on your behalf. There's never any merchandise needing to be handled in person. You don't have to have anything in your house. You don't have to personally go to the post office and ship anything, and you are not required to accept returns with this because each product is made to order. So minimizing risk, do print on demand. Question: how much does it cost to get started? Okay, well, the cost will vary greatly depending on your method of sourcing products and where you're selling them. So for instance, working directly with a manufacturer will be the most expensive upfront, as expected, because you need to pay for the materials, samples, shipping supplies, and so on. Sourcing blank products in bulk will cost the second most because you'll typically be required to order, say, 100 or more of each product at once. So ordering 100 t-shirts, that means forking over thousands of dollars to get started. And there's no way of proving the concept works, which means more risk is involved. Working with a print-on-demand fulfillment company requires the least amount of money to get started because you don't need to purchase any inventory up front. When you make a sale, you will need to float the amount it costs your supplier to make the product, and then you'll receive a payout from the platform you're selling on. So whether that's Etsy or Shopify, they'll pay you after a few days of making a sale, and then you can consider that reimbursement plus profit. So with print on demand, you need to pay for the first few orders out of pocket and then just keep reinvesting that back into the business until you can start pulling out profit. So it's very, very minimal investment. As for the platform on which you choose to list your products, the cost will also vary. So for example, selling on an existing marketplace such as Etsy requires very minimal cost to get up and running. Typically, it's literally only a few dollars. You don't necessarily need to do any marketing off of the platform in the beginning, since there's already millions of existing shoppers ready to buy. Now, if you go with a platform like Shopify and you want to list your products on your own website, the startup cost would still be fairly low. You'd need to pay a minimal monthly fee for Shopify to host your store. So it could be like $30, $40 a month. You could start with organic marketing at first, which means free, right? Free marketing, free social media posts and stuff like that to bring traffic. But the sooner you can start running ads, the better. Even if you just start running an ad for as low as $1 a day. And the last question I got many, many times, can I do this from anywhere in the world? The answer is yes. Yes, 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 yes. You can definitely start your own clothing line, accessory shop, or decor brand from anywhere in the world. But the opportunities available to you will actually differ based on your location. So it's not all the same, no matter where you live. It's going to differ a little bit. For example, working directly with a manufacturer and sourcing blank products in bulk, those can be done from virtually anywhere. Print on demand is slightly more limited because marketplaces that I mentioned, like Etsy, for example, they are only offered to sellers in specific countries, like 20 countries. It's not that many. So if you wish to create your own brand using print on demand, then I'd recommend going with Shopify, creating your own website with Shopify, because it can be done from almost any location because they have more payment gateways and options available to sellers worldwide in almost every single country. All right, that's it. We covered a lot in today's episode. If building your own brand through e-commerce calls to you, then it's time to take that leap and dive into this incredible multi-trillion-dollar industry while the opportunity is still so big. If you're ready to build an e-commerce brand and launch your own online store using print on demand, then Merchmakers is absolutely perfect for you. I'll guide you through the process from start to finish, aligning you with the pros who've been selling online for years. With pre-recorded videos you can watch as many times as you need, and a complete workbook to help you plan out every aspect of your brand. Claim your spot in this training at samanthapedal.com/merchmakers. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Self-Paid Club podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please rate the show and leave a review. It really means a lot to me. If you have any questions about starting your own brand, reach out on Instagram at @itssamanthapedal. I really love to talk about this stuff, so I'm open to chatting if you have any questions, and I would be happy to help steer you in the direction that suits you best. Until next time, stay wealthy.